Alright, so recently there was a bit of a controversy with Yoongi and Suga. I only saw the headlines on Twitter, and I saw a little bit of headlines on the news while I was searching, because a lot of my feed is about BTS now. And I was quite concerned, actually, because when I saw the news titles, it literally said DUI, Yoongi going to prison for a few years. And I just thought, like, no way this is happening. Maybe it was like a fatal accident. I didn't know what to make of it. I felt a little weird, but inside me I knew like Yoongi wouldn't do that. And there was, in the news it said there was some injury with different type of people while Suga was driving, and I really didn't know what to trust. And so I went to Twitter, tried to search what happened. I tried to go to news, try to search what happened, but there was no clear answer. And I got quiet. I don't know how to describe it. I had my belief of thinking, okay, Suga's not gonna do something like this. So if it was a DUI, that means he was driving a car and crash happened, or like I didn't know what to make of it. But then as it turns out, he was just driving a scooter with one beer, right? That is the information that I have so far. And Veracity magazine, they have a video on Suga, the recent controversy. So I want to watch this with the logical head, try to understand the situation. And for context, I'm still new to this world of K-pop, K-news, BTS news. I don't try to get into these type of controversies, news. I don't read any of it. I just try to listen to BTS music, watch reality shows that I enjoy watching. That's it. That's all I do. But I needed to understand what is actually happening and what is the current situation with Yoongi. And I thought Veracity magazine was the trusted source that a lot of the army watch, reading from my comments. So I wanted to watch this.
BTS fan, I always refrain from giving my opinion about South Korea's laws regarding military service and exemptions, and I thought this was a nice and respectful act of the vast majority of the fandom. This was some kind of movement shared by international fans. We are not South Korean citizens, so it's respectful to let them debate this issue by themselves. But am I supposed to still keep my mouth shut when the respect and consideration are not given back? Why have international armies created a movement of respect towards the South Korean opinion, yet the South Korean opinion does not even bother to recognize its own scandal culture problem?
So it was a normal scooter. It wasn't a car. This was headlining in news, Korean news.
Recently, Suga of BTS had some drinks, and instead of driving his car home, he rode a mini electric.
See, he even made a good decision. He didn't drive his car. He got on a scooter. And like, I live in a city where scooters like this and e-bikes are quite famous. And if I have a couple of drinks, even while I'm driving, I always drive the scooter. Like, that's what I always do. Sometimes I'll get on the bike, but sometimes I'll just drive the scooter. If I have a couple of beers, my place is quite far away from where I'm drinking, so I also get the scooter too.
Like this, with a helmet. He traveled in the correct lane for a third of a mile, but while approaching the entrance of his house, he fell after a sharp turn. A police officer approached him and administered a breath test. His blood alcohol
that wasn't even an accident. What? I didn't see this footage. That was literally just making a sharp turn and Suga falling down. That was it? What? That is so stupid. But the headlines that I read on the news, it literally said Suga DUI, him possibly going to prison for 8 to 4, like crazy amount of numbers, and saying there are people some harm because of Suga was driving a car. And my first thought when I read the headline was, oh, Suga got into DUI while he was driving a car, and it was a big crash, and possibly somebody could have gotten hurt. That was my first impression when I read the news. But that was just him falling down.
But while approaching the entrance of his house, he fell after a sharp turn.
That was just a small turn and fall.
A breath test. His blood alcohol content was at least 0.08%, which is above license revocation levels in South Korea. So his license was revoked and he received a fine. Suga shared a statement explaining what happened. and said that he didn't know that there was a rule that said that you cannot ride a scooter
I didn't know
under
this
the
either.
influence of alcohol. But he accepts the consequences. There was no damage.
That was it? People were making such a big thing out of this small little fall from the scooter. That is so stupid. And that's such a false news. That's fake news.
And no
That should
person
be
was
illegal,
hurt.
though.
For
What should be illegal is not what Suga did. What should be illegal is actually making those false reports. Those reporters were literally saying that was a small accident, falling scooter, and people said this is DUI, going to 8 years of prison. Somebody was hurt. That is literally false information spreading to people. And oh my gosh, that is so stupid. And if you think about it from the news's point of view, people who spread this paparazzi news, they get more money from getting more views. More people read the news, more drama they create, more money they make. Therefore, they need to have the most controversial topics, most like the out of the world lies on news in order to have more people read the news. That's their
details were
incentive.
not shared by police, but the incident prompted a wave of news articles with crazy speculations, rumor after rumor about the details of his fall, the exact percentage of alcohol level, the exact model of scooter, and even rumors about him having to leave BTS because of this damaging scandal.
Yeah, this was also one of the news that if I hear some sort of controversy, I shouldn't go on Google and click on the news, because that's what I did when I saw Suga did a DUI, and I clicked on the recent Suga incident and I clicked on the news. The news headlines were ridiculous, like him going to prison, him leaving BTS group. But
Media even reported
this is
rumors
nothing.
that said that Suga was found lying on the ground, suggesting that he was passed out drunk. They also worded the incident as Suga was driving a scooter. Well, you cannot drive a mini scooter or even a regular scooter. You ride a scooter. International K-pop fans loved this. Finally, a BTS-related scandal to talk about. So they created the hashtag Suga Challenge, sharing pictures from Pinterest.
That is
of people
stupid. What? Well, come on. Really? This is also fake news too. I don't know for people who did this. That this doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. It says Friday night Suga challenge. This seems stupid. I don't know. I don't know if people who did this were an army, but I don't think so. This is stupid. And you're suggesting people who see this, they're gonna think Suga was actually driving a car while they're drunk. And this is just inciting, creating a wrong challenge that can cause harm to the people. And Suga never probably wanted this. Nobody that is reasonable would want this. That is so stupid for people who did this.
people drinking
Why?
and driving cars.
Why?
And of course, the very professional South Korean media had a new headline. Armies created an irresponsible challenge to support Suga. To make this believable, the media cut or blurred the profile pictures and the usernames, which clearly show that they are not fans of BTS. They are fans of other K-pop.
So they were trying to put BTS in a bad light because they support another group. That is so devious. Oh my gosh. Again, and for context, I'm totally new to this. People who are like this crazy K-pop stans, I've only read some of you guys' comments saying there's like crazy fans out there who doesn't support BTS because they have supported a rival group. But this is just stupid rivalry. Why can't we just enjoy music overall, support every group, just get entertained, watch reality shows from different groups. Whatever group you support doesn't have to apply to me. If you support another group other than BTS, why do you have to hate BTS? That is so stupid.
Even with some minimal research, you can find videos of these BTS haters organizing this challenge with the intent to pose as armies. As deranged as this sounds, this happens all the time, and I would have never thought of making a video about it. These hashtags are seen by K-pop stans.
Whoa, did you
and I
see
would
that?
have
It says how many people who watched this? 62,000
never
people
thought
have read
of making
this.
a video about it. These hashtags are seen by K-pop stans and they end with K-pop stans. No one outside of the K-pop circle cares or even knows about it. But not this time. One article attributing the challenge to armies
80,000
became
people.
number one trending article on Naver, the Google of South Korea. Now you may ask yourself, why is such an irrelevant and fake hashtag news in South Korea? Why would South Korean media even go as far as to blur the profile pictures and usernames of the actual fandoms participating? What do they gain by painting this fake picture?
Money? Just like paparazzi culture, more people
It
watch
all
the news,
goes
they
back
get
to
more
the
money.
Scandal culture in South Korea. The simple act of dating is a scandal. Getting tattoos can also be a scandal.
What?
타투하고 싶대 방송에서.
And of course, falling from a scooter is also a scandal.
Whoa,
But what I find
I'm
the most
completely new to
interesting
this.
part of all of this is that I cannot seem to find a single step of at least recognizing the scandal problem South Korea has.
What the public wants when celebrities make a mistake is accountability.
Whenever something silly like this happens, South Korean K-pop creators always say, "Oh, you international fans just don't understand. Our society actually cares a lot about the dangers of scooters. It may not be a big deal for the rest of the world, but here it is."
That's funny, but in South Korea, there has been a lot of concerns regarding electric kickboards. There has been a lot of public outcry of we need to ban these altogether.
These celebrities are idolized by so many people and they have so much influence, and that's why the public just wants them to own their mistakes.
Okay, so let's see how much South Korea cares about the morality and ethics of celebrities violating traffic laws. Daesung of Big Bang was in court for vehicular manslaughter in 2011. An intoxicated motorcyclist crashed into a street lamp. Daesung was not intoxicated, but because he was speeding and driving recklessly, he ran over the motorcyclist and later crashed into a taxi in front of him. In this case, the celebrity was driving an actual car recklessly. There was actual people involved. There was actual property damage, but the scandal passed. People forgot about it, and the following years, his group won Artist of the Year multiple times. The South Korean public was also appalled by Justin Bieber's arrest after driving under the influence of marijuana and Xanax, but they quickly forgot about it too, and Justin Bieber stayed as one of the most listened to international artists in South Korea to this day. The South Korean actress Kim Se-ron was not only caught driving under the influence, but she also damaged lampposts, guardrails, and crashed into an electric transformer, cutting the electricity of 57 cafes. She got one fine, and later was the star of a music video and appeared on a Netflix series. A police officer was caught driving an electric kickboard so drunk that he collapsed and he had to be taken to the hospital, but he also got a fine. These are traffic law cases with people involved and property damage, and they are treated as nothing but trendy scandals.
It's really not looking good. It does not look good.
It's not looking good. When I said it's not looking good, I never meant legal-wise. I meant reputation-wise. Yoongi and ultimately BTS, because he's a part of BTS. The reputation resulting from all of this is not looking good. Not looking good in the K-public space's eye, because reputation is very important for celebrities. The reputation resulting from all this is not looking good.
Suga chose not to drive his car while intoxicated, but because he fell from his scooter, his quote-unquote scandal is as big or even bigger than Daesung's deadly accident at this point. So I'm sorry if I don't believe when Korean accounts say that this is a big deal in South Korea.
They're making it a big deal because this is BTS. Because BTS is actually a good group, and genuinely a good group, like a good people at heart. And because BTS is actually a good group, that means there's no scandals, it's a clean group. The only bad thing they can find, like a small fall from the scooter, is gonna become this big scandal because they can't find anything else. Right?
Because South Korea takes drunk scooter riding very seriously. No, this is not the result of society's heartfelt care for traffic laws. This is the result of the constant desperation to make anything and everything a scandal. South Korean K-pop stans love consuming and feeding any kind of rumors. They love making everything a scandal, but they don't truly care. It's not the action they are outraged about. It's the scandal culture they want to participate in. It's like...
Yeah, it is like a game. They get a certain kind of dopamine rush from creating the scandals. Like if you create this kind of a challenge, you see likes, you see people following you, doing the same thing, you see comments, and then you get some kind of monetization value, maybe even make money. So you get a certain kind of dopamine hit and rush by participating in the scandals. So for them, it's almost like for fun. But they don't know they're ruining people's lives.
And in a game, demanding seriousness, proper research, and professionalism is kind of pointless. When I made my video about the Min Hee-jin and Hive conflict, I saw some people who are not from South Korea say the same thing. This is not that big of a deal. Let them talk. Nothing will happen to BTS. And that is 100% true. Of course, Suga will stay in BTS. Of course, BTS will have a successful comeback. Of course, people will forget about this in a couple of weeks. Of course, the rage is performative. But when will it stop? We can all see that these headlines are nothing but rage bait. But why do BTS have to even go through that? Why did the police transform a one-day scooter investigation into a full-week drunk driving investigation, allowing the media to make 1,400 articles full of rumors and lies? Why is this so normalized? And I, as an international fan, am not supposed to say anything. Even now, I see armies saying please and thank you when demanding a retraction and proper research. Armies have asked me to make a video not calling out the media, but exposing the truth instead. I'm sorry, but I'm tired of that.
One thing I've learned now is not to trust the news titles from Korean articles, Korean news, or just Twitter in general. Just trust the official BTS or the members' letters, or actually trusted YouTube channels like Veracity magazine. I'll keep that in mind in the future.
We all know the truth, and they know the truth. But the truth is boring. The truth won't give them those juicy headlines. We're all aware that the situation is silly, and we're all aware that the headlines are silly. But the normalization of bullying and smear campaigns in South Korea have turned out to be deadly. Only months ago, Parasite actor Lee Sung-kyun committed suicide after 2 months full of sensationalist coverage of a police investigation that claimed that he possibly consumed recreational drugs. Parasite director Bong Joon-ho led a protest demanding the police and the media to reflect on the
I didn't know this happened. Holy crap. See, people who are creating the scandals, like the people who are behind these scandals, for them it's for fun, right? For them, they're doing it for dopamine hit because they get the likes and the comments. So they're not thinking about the person who's behind those scandals. They think, oh, this is a big celebrity. We don't really care. They have all the money. They have all the fame. It's okay. They're not even considering the person that's behind the scandal that can affect psychologically and turn into this. Even though probably they haven't done anything wrong. There's probably people who have done actual terrible things and deserve certain kind of crime. But what about the people who haven't done anything? But just because of the scandal, something like this could happen. And because of the scandal culture, there's probably 5% who's guilty, 95% who's not guilty, just get in the way and get hurt because of the stupid scandals that people like to create. I'm sorry I'm getting angry, but I should get angry about this, right? I mean, come on, we all care about our members. It's BTS, not just because it's BTS. I mean, they're human beings. If something like this happened to my little brother, to my little sister, to my mom, to somebody in my family or my friends, I would be pissed too.
sensationalist methods. These were 50 articles a day for 2 entire months. But here we are, months after, seeing the police take a full week to investigate details like the model of Suga's scooter, while the media writes 200 articles a day. A full week of 1,400 articles of speculations and lies. Here we are, months after, seeing the media intentionally manipulate facts and speculate the worst once again.
See, again, you have to think about the incentive of this news, of these articles. So for people who are creating these challenges, it might be a game for them. For normal people, like they're creating this Twitter scandal sugar challenge. It's a game for them. They're creating dopamine hit. For the news articles, the more articles they create, the more they feed into this frenzy, more money they make. Because more people read and watch the YouTube videos, they monetize it, they make money. On articles, there's certain advertisements when you're reading them, so they're making more money by feeding into the scandal. That's their incentive.
Of course, this too shall pass. BTS has gone through way worse smear campaigns, and the support of family, fans, and each other has only made them stronger. But international fan or not, I cannot stay here pretending that making every silly thing a scandal is normal.
So
I'm tired of
there's a lot of smear campaigns in the past. For me, as a new fan, a new army who don't really want to consume this type of content, first time, actually, while I was being like an active fan, something like this happening to BTS, to Yoongi and Suga, and first time becoming involved, no, interested in this type of smear campaigns. And this is completely blowing my mind. It's ridiculous.
you guys just don't understand our society. No, you don't understand that your scandal culture is deranged. South Korean and international K-pop stans are deranged because the media's headlines are deranged. And this same scandal culture is the one
I hate how they're trying to defend themselves, saying you don't understand the Korean culture. The fuck? The fuck are you talking about, dude?
allows retractions and the deleting of articles so normalized. With Suga's case, there are already closed comment sections, videos unavailable for the international public, and deleted articles. But they don't matter. They are just another part of the game. The idea of a scandal was successfully planted and shared hundreds of thousands of times. In my opinion, this was not a mistake or lack of research. These and many other defaming articles are intentional. Not even the release of the real CCTV footage is enough for the media to issue retractions or apologies, because they are still, quote, verifying the matter. South Korean media knows the truth and they don't care.
I thought it was cultural differences. I gave you guys the benefit of the doubt. I was like, oh, maybe electric scooters are different in Korea. You guys were acting like he was going 50 miles an hour, going under cars, going over trucks and everything. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I could not give a about a little man on a scooter. The way this was blown out of proportion, I hate y'all.
He did not fall because he was driving too fast. He fell because of the sharp turn.
Yeah, blown out of proportion is the right way to say. I didn't see the footage. The first minute when I saw the footage, I laughed my ass off because it was nothing. My gosh. I've fallen out of scooters quite a many times. I've been drunk trying to go home on a scooter late at night, 3, 4 a.m. I fell down quite a few times. I had friends who fell down quite a few times. It's just, it was nothing, literally nothing. Nobody was there. He was almost home. Nothing happened. Even if Suga wasn't drunk, that could have happened.
Smear campaigns need to stop, and all these challenges popping out of nowhere that we did not create, you need to stop.
I can laugh and say all of this over falling from a scooter, but it's not just that really. They are making this scooter thing a big deal because this is the worst they can find on BTS.
Yes.
South Korean media has broken into their building with no entry pass, and they have found nothing. That nothing has been shared on national television. They claim to have found proof that the BTS members were having trouble with their label and were planning to sue them. JTBC's newsroom aired this footage on TV and then removed the pictures they got secretly before releasing the news replay online. You can still see the comment of JTBC admitting to their lie on their YouTube video's comment section. This was the best they could find. So of course they're going to speculate, exaggerate, and exploit this quote-unquote content as much as possible and create all kinds of speculations.
Also, this news, the company knows how big BTS is. And on YouTube, if they upload this kind of video, it's going to get a lot of views, a lot of comments, a lot of controversy. Therefore, they're going to make a lot of money. That's their incentive, just to get as much as eyeballs as possible without considering who's on the other end. What kind of pain can they inflict for the person who's on the other end who hasn't done anything?
Now that Suga's real CCTV footage was revealed, the media is still demanding him to pose for a photo line in front of a police station, like other celebrities accused of crimes do. The media is basically admitting publicly that what they want is the shot. This shot means social punishment because the image of a celebrity standing in the photo line in front of a prosecutor's office is enough presumption of guilt for the public. Suga needs to give this shot to them as a form of apology or else. Reporter Choi Yi-ye reported, Suga should not be thought of as a guillotine who must avoid the photo line in front of the police station. If a person avoids or ostracizes reporters, as in the previous case of singer Kim Ho-jun, it is highly likely that doubts will be raised about the sincerity of the person's reflection. Suga must think about how to appease those who are disappointed and angry at his mistakes. But they can only wish to find a real scandal on BTS. Why focus on the real crimes of celebrities when a fake BTS related hashtag got them hundreds of thousands of impressions? Why be outraged about the celebrities trafficking women when Suga of BTS fell from his
Oh, isn't that the Burning Sun scandal? This is the Burning Sun scandal. Yeah, this is something that it was one of the wildest things that I watched too.
Trafficking women when Suga of BTS fell from his mini scooter. And again, I would have ignored these silly articles like I mostly do. I really did not plan to make a video clarifying anything or asking for an apology from the media, because sadly, this happens all the time, and they do it on purpose. But I am tired of the public's lack of awareness. I'm tired that even the protests of South Korea's most beloved director are ignored. I'm tired of the South Korean K-pop content creators and online accounts trying to silence and shame the international opinion because their word is apparently the only valid one. And no, I'm not from a privileged country giving my opinion on another country's freedom of speech. I'm from a small-minded country with a very similar type of yellow press and scandal culture. But I'm glad that at least the younger generation is aware of these tactics and able to call out our country's press. As a fan of BTS, I know that there are topics related to their country's laws and traditions that are not my place to comment on or make videos about. But I believe I can still advocate for the mental peace of a group of artists who did nothing but proudly share their culture to the world.
Oh my gosh, just what she said in the last, saying, how much has BTS done for Korea? How much BTS has done for Korea's culture in general? How much positive association that BTS create for Korea? And for all that, they don't even care. The news outlets, something small like falling out of a scooter, they create a scandal like this. Think about how much BTS has done for Korea. Think about it. No shame. Wow. This was a very, very good video. I think this is my first Veracity magazine video. Wow, she really thinks about what she's gonna say. She logically thinks it through. It's not just a crazy emotional outrage like what I just did. I just spoke based on my emotion. The girl who's behind Veracity magazine, I actually truly believe, and it looks like she's a true army, appreciates BTS, and the videos are very, very well made and well researched, and looking from different point of views and giving us a reasonable answer and logically answer. I should watch more of her videos. It's quite good. Now I finally got a clear answer to what happened to Yoongi. This cleared a lot of the doubts that I had and misconceptions that I've had what happened to Yoongi. I know exactly what happened to him now and why there was such a crazy headlines, and understanding Korean scandal culture is an interesting topic for me too. First time being interested in something like this.
Hey, if you want to watch full uncut reactions, click the link in the description for Patreon. Sometimes I have to edit the video a little bit, like I'll add a black screen or I'll change the audio a little bit. So if you want to watch full uncut, unedited video, click the link in the description for Patreon. Plus, you get added benefits like exclusive song reactions. Sometimes I'll react to albums, I'll react to concerts and eliminate 1 or 2 songs, which will be exclusive on Patreon.